All right, y'all, we back. We back. We back. You know what I'm saying? Excuse the background, you know what I'm saying? Excuse the background. We back, though. We back. We back. All right, y'all, I'm about to pull everybody back up. Okay, we back. 1 second.
Okay. Hey, Iceberg.
What's the deal?
Okay, I'm bringing up Cali right now. All right, we back. Go ahead,
I'm
y'all.
gonna get some snacks, so I'm less excited.
All right, go. Now let me ask y'all this. Okay, so look, because it wouldn't be no necessarily rules. Well, for sure it's rules, but say if there was gonna be like well first what let's finish talking about what we're talking about. Go ahead, John.
Hey, but is foreign? You was in the game, or you was in the game before? Oh,
Absolutely.
okay. Well, yeah. What I was about to get at before the live ended is, if you look at the culture today, you look at individuals like Bad Baby. Y'all know Bad Baby and Woe Vicky, shit like
Mm-hmm.
that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So these is like your regular suburban kids. You feel me? Got good lives, and they want to talk like niggas. They want to hang with niggas. They want to do what they think is, whatever they think they gonna find a thrill at. So that's what a lot of people gonna do, regardless.
I agree. I
Hey,
agree that
but
the
you know
influences
she
are
was the number
powerful.
one. She made didn't they? Wasn't that the girl that made 10 million her first day on OnlyFans? Bad Baby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
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 she made a
everybody was
million
waiting for
dollars in
her
an
to turn
hour.
18. They waiting
yeah.
for her to turn 18.
But what does that say about society and society as a whole when individuals, grown ass men, are sitting back waiting? And she made $1 million in an hour and didn't post a single nude photo, but grown men were set back waiting for this child to turn 18 for her 18th birthday.
But that
Like they were
just
waiting for
shows
that.
you no, but that shows you how normal it is though. If she can make $1 million in 1 hour, 10 million in like a day and a half, that shows you how normal how many
It's
people actually do that.
okay. So let's explore that though, because it's not normal. So
No,
what
that's not
we
what I'm saying. It is normal. They just not, you just don't know it. Everybody ain't saying it. Like pedophilia is the biggest thing in the world, man. Every man, I just
so
don't even want to go as
but
deep as it is. Man, everybody that say they don't do it, do it. All these politicians are into it.
absolutely,
Everybody.
but
All these
let's
people
talk
that are
about
passing bills for human trafficking got a little girl in their basement. Like I can go deep into it because I know, like foreign, so I get it. But come on now, we can't just say the pimps are the bad ones because the young bitch
no,
came to the game. Like that's different. These people going around kidnapping people and going to Africa buying babies and all kind of
abs-
shit.
absolutely. And I've never said that pimps are solely the problem. I've always said that pimps are also victims of the game, and that we need to explore that at some point. That these men are also victims of the game, and that we don't want to explore that because somebody has to be blamed. Like I've definitely said that, and I'm always going to stand on that. What I'm going to say about the introduction of pedophilia, that is now a sexual orientation, is a lot of that comes from the introduction of porn 50 years ago, and the fact that what happens in the brain by watching porn with the dopamine, the flooding of the brain, and the gratification and it not being enough, and the progression that happens throughout porn, because most individuals that are caught watching child porn will tell you they did not start out watching child porn, it just progressed to that point. And so when we're blaming society, we
Man, when
have
I
to
was in
blame
high
parents.
school for it in junior high, niggas used to pull up in their cars at the bus stop and knock our bitches. I knew they was fucking them. Them niggas was 25, 27. We was 15. So this shit's
Absolutely.
always been going on. I'm saying like I don't understand the problem. I get it. Everybody don't have to do it. You don't have to do it. I don't have to do it. We don't have to condone it around us. But it's bigger than you think, and it's bigger than people are portraying it to be.
Well, I think it's what we talk about as a small portion of what the overall what the overall industry of sex is, right? Like that's the reality. Prostitution and pimping and hoeing is a small niche in what the overall global concept of sex is, and paying for sex is.
Yeah, true.
So we just talk about our little, you know what I'm saying?
No, I feel you, but it's just so big that it fucks me up when everybody be saying this, that, boo, boo. But then they don't even know that they granddaddy was 25 when they got their grandmama pregnant with their mama. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't even know that.
Well, and they don't talk about the fact that we had laws that said you could get out of rape if you married the 15-year-old.
That too.
You know what I'm saying? So
that's where shotgun wedding came from.
Absolutely.
So I get it, and I think it's fucked up and it's wrong, especially when you're preying on them. But it's hard to just say to someone that keeps running, like, you know, like her, keep coming back to the blade, and you like, little girl, get your ass out of here. We kick her off, whatever. She come back, you kick her off, she come back. Like, goddamn, what do you do about that? That's what I'm saying.
I just say that consistency is the key to everything, right? Like, at some point, it's got to be learned. And that's why I said there's got to be an accountability, because, you know what I'm saying? If they're, you know, you run Hofax, you know, what's a bitch like? If you're checking in on your pee partners and you're making sure, like, hey, you have to have the right program, because the reality is that at the end of the day, who suffers is the pee. When you have all these minors out here, that increases sentencing. You see what I'm saying?
Well, it fucks
lawmakers
the game up in general. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, exactly.
By large, lawmakers don't give a fuck about prostitution until there's violence and children involved. Then they want to change the law.
And then she has, and then matter of fact, let them know. Okay, but before you, okay, hold on. I just want to say, every time I hear consistent, I always want to teach this lesson. Remember, y'all, consistent is one thing, but we have to be persistent, consistent, right? Because we could be consistently inconsistent, right? So that's why the goal, everybody, is to be persistently consistent in whatever it is that you're doing. Because a lot of people are just being, you know, consistently inconsistent. Right now, Foreign, I want you to tell your story, your real life story, about the example you just gave about they don't care about unless danger's involved.
I'm not telling my story right now.
Why not?
No, I want you to tell your story. I don't have a 2-minute pitch for y'all.
No, because but you remember that? Okay, I remember when you were doing your outreach. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, right, go ahead.
Yeah, I know, but what I'm saying is, because I don't want to get people so interested in my story that they're missing the bigger picture, right? Like, and the reality is the people that suffer in the lifestyle are gonna be the men. Even though, like, we're like these women, and this is why I say you men need to hold other men accountable, because they are talking about 50 to 99 years now, because children and violence are involved. When people are dying on the blade, when hoes are getting killed on the blade, when they're finding bodies on the blade, when minors are popping up and people are making phone calls and doing massive media searches and all of those things tell lawmakers we need to do something. Unless there's children or violence involved, by and large, they don't give a fuck about prostitution. That is why Aurora has lasted 70 years, because there's little to no minors out there. If you put a minor on Aurora, she's getting beat up within 5 to 10 minutes. They're going to drag that little bitch all the way past that cemetery. Like, it's going to happen. It is a no kid zone. And as a result of that Aurora has been able to operate with the police standing out there watching it happen.
You know, the cool part about that, though, is beating up on minors ain't even good. Because that's still the same thing, right? We hitting the child. So I wonder if do you think that puts people in any type of, do you think people consider that? Like, of why maybe they don't do something? Oh, well, this is a kid. I'm not going to put my hands on the kid or say nothing. I'm not going to be involved. Like, do you think that's that?
Because go ahead. Here's my thing with it, right? Like, I've always felt like this. If you're breaking the law, then break the fucking law. If you're going to be a law-abiding citizen, then be a law-abiding citizen. You don't get to pick and choose.
Yeah,
you know
but in our house, my mom always told us, don't be no tattletale. So that little girl out there, I might tell the pimping AP she's young, but what is that my business?
But then see, only a very mature person can understand what you're saying, but an immature person could take that all type of ways. If we're gonna break the law, then fuck it. You see what I'm saying?
what I
Yeah,
mean
but
is
that will
that
go back to what I said earlier, just moving on one accord. You know what I'm saying? Because whatever type of individual the hoe is dealing with, if she dealing with somebody with some finesse and some mental, some intelligence, then she gonna move on that same accord as well. So you don't necessarily got to beat the bitch up, but you know what I mean. You gonna have enough game, you gonna have enough smarts to get the bitch from out the circle. Because, like you said, it's going to affect the whole game. It's going to make the whole blade hot. It's going to affect you. It's going to affect your partner over there. Bitch, it's going to affect you and your whole partner
Okay,
that's over there.
okay. Let me ask you this. Then let me ask y'all the real question. Let me ask y'all this. And another thing too, and a lot of this shit too comes with you niggas being in the way so much. Pimps are supposed to be up, but you niggas on the track so goddamn. That's another thing. It's not like, you know what I'm saying. That's all the killings and all that shit's happening because you niggas in the way too much. You know what I'm saying. But anyway, that's that part. But this the thing
well,
though
that's
too.
because
Y'all
they
gotta
gang
realize.
banging on the blade.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. You know, and this, well, that too. But then even the ones that's pimping, right? They in the way where the gangbangers want to fuck with them, and then they gotta defend themselves. You know what I'm saying? So but then it's the thing though. It's like also y'all, it's this. You know, when it comes to these bitches and I forgot what I was gonna say.
You,
See,
you
hold
were
wait,
So
saying
we
mine.
you
have
were
to
saying
have
that
our
you shouldn't
wording
even
right.
be in.
What was I
No, but he
saying,
was
kid?
saying that you were saying that you shouldn't even be you the pimping. You should be up. You shouldn't be nowhere
No,
near
before
a
that.
bitch that age. Shit, damn.
Okay, well look. Oh, I remember. Okay, look. Basically, look. Go ahead, foreign shit. They'll come back.
So the one thing that
Hold
we
on,
need
though.
to do is,
It don't. Go
and the
ahead.
one
Go ahead.
thing that is the biggest thing for making people accountable is our wording, right? So when we're talking about a child,
Oh, I
we're using,
remember. Hold on, foreign.
you know
Look,
what I'm
I'm
saying?
sorry. Look. I remember. Look, wait. I remember what I was gonna say. Look. Now as the pimping. Look,
You know he
as the
can't
pimping though.
not
Look.
interrupt when he gets
Look,
started. You know
look,
he
look,
gotta go.
look. As the pimping though. Look, as the pimping. Because to be honest, look, you got y'all game down, right? And they call, Daddy, what bitch? It's a little minor bitch down here on the track. I'm gonna tell her something. Was you gonna tell her? Are you gonna tell? Are
I'm
you
gonna
gonna have the bitch get
tell her
involved?
to get the fuck away from
You
that
see what I'm
bitch.
saying?
Right.
And that's just being real. But I'm saying that in the sense of right for why shit ain't happening. How come
Okay,
people
so
aren't? You know what I
so
mean? Go ahead,
so
go ahead,
let
go
me
ahead.
ask you this though. Let me just ask you this, okay? Because I'm just gonna be honest. Do you think that every single time your hoes are down and around and you ain't staring at that bitch in her face, she's telling you every single thing that she's fucking doing truthfully and honestly? So
No,
I mean, I'm just being honest with you. Do
not at
you
all.
believe that?
No,
So having known that,
my bitch.
then
Hell yeah, no, go ahead.
that
Go
becomes
ahead.
part of
Hey, I knew you was gonna say that
Yeah, you
shit.
got to. You already
Go
got to do
ahead.
the other side. You got to do. Go ahead. My bitch.
you,
Right.
you know what I'm
Go
saying? That becomes part of the
ahead.
sisterhood, where the sisterhood steps up and says, hey, this is the agreement. If we see a little bitch, we're going to knock her upside the head and then we're going to get the fuck away from her.
Right.
Right. And that's where that sisterhood comes in. And then with the brotherhood comes in and say, hey, P, you sat this little motherfucker down. You made all this shit hot. Now you about to get the DP. Right. Because you made it hot for all of us. And we don't want to go do life behind you. Right. Because if your bitch is seen standing next to a minor, she could be at that point, what is
Exactly.
it, facilitating
There
prostitution.
you go.
Exactly.
That's what I'm getting
And
at.
that's what I was saying.
That's what I'm getting at. You don't got to be out there in the mix and in the
Because
way. I'm saying
honestly,
with your game, how you directing your game, you moving her. So you gonna
because
put the word in.
what it sounded like, minors, and you know what's cold? Because it's not happening. But minors should actually be running people off the blade. You know what I'm saying? Because this the thing. Because really, what can you do? Beat the bitch up and what? She's right back down for it. You see what I'm
She
saying?
should be
What
the
really can
only
you
one
do?
on the
We're
blade
not.
by
But
You
you know,
see
herself.
what I'm saying? Because yeah,
but you
we're
know
not
what?
gonna call the
Here's the
cops. You see
thing.
what I'm saying? We
Here's
can't
the
call the
thing. Yeah,
police.
she's gonna get back down. But if every time she got down, because we've seen this happen, we've seen it happen. 304s have seen it happen. There's been times that a minor's been ran off a blade and she'll never go back. So it's a possibility. I'm not saying that there's a foolproof method, but there has to be a message sent. There is no 100% or perfect answer to anything.
Right, right,
You know what I'm saying? But there has to be a message sent. There has to be something that says you don't belong if these are the things that you do.
right. But you know what? Now I don't want to say but. How to say it like this? Well, it's not even to go off what you're saying. Just a whole nother thing. This is a thing too, though. But just in life, right? Just human society all over the world. Okay, you know, even in the square world, even in you know what I'm saying, fucking Jared from Subway, right? There's still like, even though this is the game, so that's why we care about it because it's what we live in. But what I'm saying is, what we got going on even within the game, ain't it just still shit that's going on all over the world in every game and just life?
Okay, so yeah, but that doesn't make us from being decent human
No,
beings,
I know.
right?
But what I'm
Like there's
saying is
always
just
things
so it's not
going on
so
in
like,
life.
oh, the game is like, it's like, oh shit, like just the game, But I hear what you're saying. But what I'm saying is as a
This is the
culture, go ahead.
this is the important thing. This was important enough within the community that you're having a conversation about it on your page.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? This was enough to generate a conversation
Mm-hmm.
because everybody knew that this minor was out there. You see what I'm saying? And so if you can generate a conversation, you can promote change and
Mm-hmm.
you can hold people accountable. You know what I'm saying? More often than not, you see 304s having these conversations and females yelling back and forth. But when you come and you see men having these conversations, this is where change and accountability starts taking place, right? Because the reality is these 304s are looking to you men to have the answers. They're looking for you to tell them what to do when they see a minor.
Yeah.
They're looking for you to direct them and give them answers and everything. So they
Uh,
need you to tell them and say
mm-hmm.
something.
ING, I need guidance, y'all. Come on. I need guidance. No,
You,
for
you
real though.
you know what I'm saying? So the fact that this conversation is existing is shows that there's a place for change to happen.
Yeah. 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 And like I say, I mean, shit, I ain't shit, man. I wouldn't want to fuck with a bitch so she 25 at least, but that's a whole nother, but now it's another thing too. It's like, man, it's just something else. So, okay. So, oh, that's what I was going to say. But now what about this? Now I already know the answer, right? Because then that's going to make it hard on these people. But if we really want to change the game, then what? If we was really gonna make it say basically what's still driving the game in any game, how do you get your points, right? So the points is the money. So what am I leading to? The trick. How come the laws on them can't fucking be? I get it, I already know why. But if we really were gonna hypothetically say, you know what, if they were gonna increase the laws on the prostitute, the trick, or the pimping in order to get some type of, what they want with this shit, who should they increase the law on? Why is it the pimping? Knowing that the prostitute was first.
Hey, but you know what's so funny? The most destitute person would be the pimp or the hoe to do the things that we're doing, correct?
We
The,
can't.
the
Exactly.
trick, the
The
trick
trick is the
probably
one
has a
with the money.
job. The
No,
trick
but he
probably
has
has
the
a job
money.
and a lot to lose. So for
No,
him to
bro.
have a stiffer consequence would probably curb prostitution more than
Right.
locking up pimps and hoes.
But
But
then,
and the other
but
thing with that is why do people want here's the thing. Why would legislators want there to be stiffer sentences for tricks when they themselves are tricks?
and that's what I'm saying. That's why I say I get it. But that's really the thing, though, because the pimping. That's what I'm trying to say, y'all. The prostitute. When I say first, prostitute came first. So the prostitute, she's there. Take the pimping out the way. Now the trick, he's there. Why is the pimping got the harshest shit? That's all I'm saying.
The reason why the government gives the pimp the hardest sentence is they look at him as he is the one taking the least amount of risk and getting the most amount of profit tax free.
That's vicious.
So
Hold on, I got
it's about
to have
so
to
it's really
process.
so it's really
That
all
they
about the
hate.
money.
They
It
have
is
to.
It's
That,
it's
it's
that's
about the
process.
woman.
I
absolutely
have to
about
let
the
that
money.
process. Damn, for shit.
Yeah, it's not even about so then y'all should really realize
And,
that it's
and,
not
and it's a
about you
black
getting.
and it's a black man. You
That's what
feel
I'm
me?
thinking too. But yeah,
You got to
well,
put that in there. The majority of this, you feel me, is
it
niggas, man.
is
Is blacks.
because that's why I believe that that's what their goal.
Right, but
You
the
know,
largest human traffickers in the world are not African
and
Americans.
and that's what we
Exactly.
need to, because that's really what pimping ain't human trafficking. That's the whole thing,
Exactly. Now that is a conversation that needs to be had.
and that's the
For
whole,
sure.
and that's the, yes, that's for sure a conversation that need, and that's why I tell these niggas, I be saying, y'all talking about knocking hoes. I say, well, you ever been chose? You know what I'm saying? The bitch, have you ever been chose before? Like really making her choice. The bitch should be chasing you to pimp on her, damn near. That's my whole thing. You're too busy doing your work, guys, man. Remember all that, guys? Come on, man. And that's another thing. It's like, and that's why I've been telling them lately for, and like leaving her in her prostitution. like just leaving the bitch in her prostitution, it's like, what's that doing for her?
It's doing nothing for her. And this is why you have all these lost females and all these lost women unable to navigate life.
Mm-hmm.
If she doesn't know what to do after the lifestyle, what is she going to do? And I'm not trying to clown, but then it's like you have these 75-year-old women around trying to be relevant with hoes. That's what happens when you leave bitches in a prostitution. I'm just being real.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They trying to be relevant with prostitutes as great grandmas. That don't make no sense. And I've never seen an Asian or a prison for human trafficking. Okay, so there are Asians and Russians for human trafficking, but here's the thing: the United States is the only state that has human trafficking at the levels that of pimping and hoeing that we see it at. Right? Every place else has it in a little bit different, maybe a little bit more violent, but not as active as like we have. Like Italy doesn't have red light districts. Like other places have different type of quote unquote red light districts. So American pimping and prostitution is different than other pimping and prostitution. But y'all know that Alexander Tate, or not Andrew Tate, Andrew Tate is being charged with human trafficking in Romania right now.
Him and his
right?
brother.
Even though they're from Detroit. He's a mixed child from Detroit. So the organized crime syndicates, when you're talking about trafficking, those individuals are actually selling whole human beings. Like you can buy the entire bitch. You know what I'm saying? Not just rent out parts. Like there's different types of human trafficking.
But you know, he did that.
Hey,
Andrew, the
they
Tate
call
brothers.
don't they
You know,
call the
they doing it
Mexican
on they
people? They
own
call them
platform.
coyotes, right? But aren't they traffickers? If they put people in the back of a truck and bring them to the U.S.,
Absolutely, that's transportation of an
but they don't
individual for the profit.
call them that. They call them coyotes.
But they're called in the court of law. They are called traffickers.
But they don't get time like pimps. They
no.
get caught with 100 motherfuckers in the back of a truck
You're
and
right.
do a year and a half and
because
get out.
because they're gonna call that forced labor, right? That's another way of human trafficking. Human
Right.
trafficking by forced labor
is different.
Right. That's like, you know what I'm saying,
So
hiring
making
some
a
people
bitch get down on the blade ain't
and
forced
then
labor.
no, I mean, is it? Damn, you laughing?
I'm
Is
being
it, nigga?
funny. But
Is it forced
because
labor?
it's her choice. No,
If you,
because it's her choice. So
if
it's
you
real.
forcing a bitch, it
Okay,
is.
but human trafficking, y'all gotta know the elements of these laws, right? They say it's through fear, force, or coercion. Okay, but watch this. You can tell the bitch, hey, bitch, I'm a pimp. I only fuck with hoes. In order to fuck with you, you have to be my hoe. And the bitch likes you so much. And she says, okay, well, that's coercion because you got her to be your hoe because she liked you so much. Right?
Because she liked you so much.
Yeah, because she liked you.
But then you
see what I'm saying? Like
so the trafficking law in the United States is a wraparound law, right? They have it so that if you do anything with the bitch or for the bitch, it's a part of trafficking, right? The youngest in charge, Andrew Tate's charges were not dropped. He was just released off of house arrest awaiting trial. Maybe you should try Google. Look up Forbes. It's in the Forbes magazine.
Yeah, he's still fighting. And him and his brother, they still fighting.
You know what I'm saying? So
look, foreign love, there's some Andrew Tate too, boy. Look, foreign love.
listen.
Yeah,
The
I
thing
fuck
about
with
Andrew
Andrew
Tate,
Tate
foreign
too.
love, there's some Tate,
for
boy.
me, the thing about Andrew Tate is I had already caught what he was doing. I had already caught his little algorithms for spelling out the word pimp and all of that. And he was telling people he was pimping on bitches and everybody was laughing it off. And I was like, he's telling you he's making millions pimping. And everybody just laughed it off. And then when he got arrested, I was like, yeah, I told y'all. Like nobody paid attention because he seemed so likable and he was so anti-feminist that weak males cling to that, right? Because they needed somebody to explain why their penises were little.
Yeah, that was that red pill. The red pill was following them so hard.
Right, exactly. So, but when it comes to human trafficking within the United States, like if you take the bride to get a cheeseburger and she's a hoe, you could get a charge.
Yeah, for sure. Even for supervising prostitution at the least.
if yeah, absolutely, for giving the bitch a ride. Like if you take her anywhere, Like the
Mm-hmm.
trafficking laws wrap around.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not just like, oh, you got some money from her. You could have never got $1 from her
Right.
and still
Have
go to
y'all
jail for
ever
trafficking.
have y'all ever known a square to have a job? Just a square working. I mean, he knew his
Sounds
bitch was
like the
hoeing.
perfect definition of a square, Cali. Come on, bro.
But what I mean by that is have a job. He ain't in the gang. You know what I'm saying? His bitch is a hoe, right?
Yes,
Could he catch?
absolutely.
Could he catch living off the earnings of a
Yes.
private?
Listen, absolutely. I was crying her eyes out because her boyfriend, the father of her child, gave her a ride to the hotel that was an undercover, and they charged him with pimping in the
No,
second
but see,
degree.
no, he gave her a ride. Not that I'm saying they never see this nigga doing nothing and no phone texts about money, nothing. He's square. He go to work every day, and they come pop her because she been getting big money watches, whatever she doing. You know what I'm saying? And they just charge him.
If there's a text message in her phone that says something like, "Well, when you're done, can you bring me a gallon of milk?" Yes.
See, and y'all got look, because all they want to do is get you in the door. They'll get y'all with living off the earnings.
That's what I'm
Exactly.
You
asking.
see
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
exactly.
So right,
Exactly.
right. So that's why I say, y'all, the prostitute is dangerous to the pimping. Okay, the prostitute, right? As far as that, because if there was no sex involved, because this is where it comes to this, and Ross talking about the reachers earlier.
Yeah, yeah.
Nowadays, if you think about it, remember when I said, oh yeah, the bitch call you and she's in jail, and okay, bitch, you brought the bail out. Well, no, why? Oh, it's a felony. Why? Because I'm in there for robbery. Oh man, that's stupid. But now, if you think about it, it might be safer for the bitch to get caught with robbery, with you being than her actually having sex. Or what do you think,
You see,
Foreign? Is that really
you
the
see
key
what
element?
Doja just said.
Nah,
Doja said a bitch admitted she was hoeing and I wasn't her P, but told them that she gave me gas money and I got a charge for promoting prostitution.
that sounds like slick talk. No, was that true? Is that a true story?
Why would it not be true? Any money that comes from prostitution that you give to somebody, they're now
Well, because you
receiving the
said
reward of
Oh
promoting.
prostitution.
yeah, yeah. They asked that. They be like, because I've seen them. They be like, oh, do you ask? Did he give you gas money or did he promise you anything for the ride? Did she promise you anything for the ride? All that type of shit. They make sure they ask you all them questions.
Only because
Absolutely. They
he
want to
said
know all of
promoting.
that.
When he said promoting, it's like he was trying to sound cool. Promoting, like okay, that doesn't make sense. No, you know what I'm saying? For like, gas money got me for promoting prostitution.
But
Okay,
I mean, it makes sense because here's the thing.
huh?
In drugs, you can get directing a sale. So if somebody walks up to you, the police officer walks up to you and be like, hey, you know where I could get some meth? And you be like, over there, that's directing a sale. You can get a charge for that.
Man,
Mm-hmm.
well, you're right because I know somebody that just called somebody that was under investigation and said, "Do you got some?" And he said, "Yeah." He didn't even go pick it up or no money exchange, nothing. That nigga went to jail for phone conversation.
Yep.
Look, they'll take it. Look, they'll get so technical. Had a bitch posted online. They'll say that y'all was trafficking the trick as a human. Damn.
Listen, they will bring in an expert.
I tell
Hey,
Listen,
you.
now that's cold,
Come
Sean.
on, y'all. So I'm trying to
listen,
say.
I'm gonna tell you how
Y'all
cold they are
okay?
because I've been watching the Lavish case very closely, right? And every other document they have is completely sealed that they release to the public. They just filed for 2 experts, a social media metadata expert and a
Metadata,
fucking
damn.
You know what meta
human
is? That's Facebook. This shit. This
Yeah, the new shit.
right,
That's
and
it.
a
The
and
new
a
shit.
human trafficking expert
What?
with
What?
these. They got PhDs in this shit. This man, the metadata, they even like outline what he's going to come and tell him. And he's coming to tell him that he traced every single IP that was attached to his phone. And that's why and then the case ran from 2014 to 2020. So he's going to go to trial. Lavish will go to trial October 2nd. You have to type into the clerk to get an audio feed. You could DM me and I'll tell you what the clerk's name is and all that stuff. So you guys can all watch it on your own. Everybody should watch it. It should be something that everybody wants to watch. I know it's fucked up to say that, but y'all need to know what the law is
Educational
doing.
purposes. Yeah, educational purposes.
You know what I'm saying? I wish that man the absolute best. But I will tell you there are 4 female witnesses that are set to testify against him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's vicious. and that's
Yeah,
enough.
Meta is all our text. Meta is they'll have all of his text messages, all his social media records. That is what metadata is. All of his social media records.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, y'all.
And so, you know what I'm saying? Like, definitely, y'all want to sit down and pay attention to that stuff because it's those laws matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, these women just straight up told, and that was enough. Handed over phones, and that was enough.
Form, let
And
me ask you this. Oh, go ahead.
go ahead.
Do you believe that? Well, I was going to change subjects though. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go
Okay.
ahead.
Do you believe that some bitches are just prostituting, right, because they're just lazy? Because what I was talking about earlier, right, is like, it could be frustrating when you want to give more game to a bitch, but it's like pulling teeth. You know what I mean? Just because, she talks about elevation. Okay, bitch, I can give you the stairs, but bitch, you got to fucking step up yourself, that type of vibe. You know what I mean? So my thing is, do you believe that bitches really are just prostituting some, right, just because they're lazy? Once they prostituting, I mean,
Absolutely.
Yeah,
okay.
hell
Absolutely.
yeah.
And that will
Mm-hmm.
tell you about her motivation to get shit done. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? And it'll show in your motivation. But the reality is a bitch that wants something more than just to suck dick, cop a bottle, and pay for the hotel room the next day. A bitch that wants more is going to show that. She's going to
Mm-hmm.
be ready to follow in direction. She's going to be ready to do whatever you tell her to do because she wants out of the situation that she's in currently. You know what I'm saying? A woman, a 304, should want the better every single day. She should want better than what she has. She should never be content. She should never be complacent. If a bitch tells you, I mean, I'm
Now
cool with making
remembering that.
$500 a day, throw that bitch away.
Okay, that's what you're saying. Okay. Now, when you saying better, right? You speaking just to make sure she get the money up specifically.
Not just the money. She should want better in
For
everything. She
for
should,
instead, every day I should get better, nigga. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to avoid that.
no, she should, but you should try to be better, a better person, a
Okay,
better, a
there we
better
go.
Yeah, I
woman,
knew
better
she was
spiritually.
saying learn how to speak better, learn how to
Right there we
just
go.
everything is what
Yeah,
she meant.
bitch
I knew what she
want the better Gucci bag.
Right. Yeah, no, but
Right.
you gotta elevate to be able to have those things, right? What's the point of giving a sow a Gucci bag? You know what I'm saying? There's no point of that. A cow is a
Yeah.
sow, by the way, if y'all don't know. But what is the point in doing that? A just reward is due when just service is done.
Well, shit.
Mm.
What's the use of having a Gucci bag sometimes and people don't
Did
even
y'all
have a
hear
closet?
what she said? Hold on, Callie. Did you hear what she just said? Or
She
you
said
missed the
just
game?
do. She said
That's
just
not what
do.
she said. That ain't what she said.
Well,
She said a just reward is due when just service is done.
yeah, meaning you have to do just do. You got to do your shit
It ain't
first before
about
you
it
get in.
ain't about your beauty. It ain't about your booty. It's about your duty,
It's
bitch. You know
about
what I'm saying?
your
So
duty.
like, no, for real. No, but that's real though. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And foreign. I want to go back to this because it was somebody. Oh, I think Callie asked the question, and I would like to say this. I would have to say the value in a woman, right, is to whatever man that she chooses to be with. Her value will be measured by her submission to her man. I think that that's what will
I
be the
think the
value to the
value
woman.
of the man is displayed by the submission of the woman.
Well, okay, and I can accept that. How about this? Well, but the woman having to be willing, because it's still the willingness. Because sometimes, right, the value of the man, the woman could look at him like, oh, he's a sucker or the nice guy or the this or the that. Because the value of the man might need to call the bitch and slap her, and she thinks that he loves her.
Right, but we're talking in the lifestyle, right? We're not talking with squares. So in the lifestyle, a 304, it's in first of all, it's in a woman's nature to naturally submit.
Y'all see how fun
That's a
got
natural
at me, y'all. She
order.
did me like see how she did me. Go ahead.
You know what
Go
I'm saying?
ahead.
It's in a woman's natural, it's naturally in her to submit. A man has to be a real leader for her to feel safe to submit. So if you have a woman in your life that is heavily submitted, I'm trying to work on my cussing, y'all, because I got a little kid that been on my ass for a week. But
I thought women were supposed to be submissive all the time. It's only subjective submissiveness.
no, it's not subjective submissiveness. Why would you submit to somebody that was below you?
But then again, she said it's in a woman's nature, and as y'all can see, with a lot that's going on right now, the men going against their nature and the females going against their nature.
Man,
Like they damn near trying to
we
switch.
got women out here talking all this, calling men bitches
Yeah,
on live,
yeah, they damn near
all
trying to
this
switch
shit, man.
roles.
These bitches got shit fucked up.
Now
They
that's the
damn near
men's
switching
fault
roles.
Okay, how do you think
Absolutely,
that,
because
Show?
they
How do you
have
think
not
that's the
came
men's fault, Show?
because
because
they have not came across men that can create the environment for a woman to submit naturally. They are coming across men that are creating environments where submission is based on dominance.
right.
How
So
about when they meet a man that's
so
very dominant,
so this
they
the
run
thing.
away
No,
and go
because
hang
this
with
the
the nigga
thing.
that they can get away with it with?
Because the man might think he's dominant, but he's being emotional, right? So this the thing.
Okay, that's true too.
So that's to answer your question, on Callie, right? It's because men don't know women, or just the knowledge of just human brain, right? Just masculine and the feminine. You see what I'm saying? Like people just based on that. So when men are being emotional, they think they smashing on the bitch because they are, but that's an emotion. So the bitch is taking that as, now remember, the emotion, right? That's on the feminine side of the spectrum. So when the nigga is yelling, the bitch is looking at him like a bitch because she's seeing the feminine in him. You see what I'm
But
saying?
a
So now,
part of Go ahead. I'm
Facts.
so okay,
sorry.
so real quick, so then now when she sees the feminine in him, right? Then now just her being a bitch, she's gonna still be emotional, right? So then now she might go off the handle, but then now he's taking it as aggression. So he's seeing like the masculine, right? So now that's the role reversal. You see what I'm saying? Niggas caring too much about what the bitch think. That's another thing. I know it sounds like that, but I'm saying in the sense of like validating, right? Like you should never have to
But so
ask
you
a bitch if she.
saying you should never ever raise your voice? Raising your voice is
No,
showing
that's
some
not
type
what
of.
I said.
Okay, I'm just making
So,
sure. I was asking.
so,
That's why.
Go ahead. Nigga could
so,
cry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, Ford. Go ahead,
You
so,
Ford.
ain't shit.
so the thing is this, is that we also have to talk about the type of women that you're entertaining. If you are going to talk to a woman and have a conversation about advancing in life, you definitely want to know what type of woman she is. Not only is she upkept and is she clean, but can she keep a house? Can she keep a home? Can she make a house a home? Does she know how to cook a dinner? Can she
That's the
do the
square shit.
laundry? You know what I'm saying? Can she do anything other than talk shit, get on Instagram Live and sell her ass? What else can she do? Can she hold an intelligent conversation? Because the thing is sometimes you're asking for women to submit that barely know how to be women. If
But that's
a woman
what you.
doesn't know,
That's what the man is there
But
for,
not
though. At
even
the
look,
same
and even
time.
more so. Look, he ain't got nothing for the bitch to submit to. See, that's the thing. Submission is submitting to the mission, and that goes back to where's your game for the bitch. You
there's
ain't
a
got a mission to
there's
send the
a
bitch on.
cost to be a boss. Listen, I said
Hey,
this
but
the other day.
I see women submit to people that don't got shit and ain't going nowhere in life. So that's not
Listen,
necessarily always the case.
but I said this the other day on my live. I said mine could tell me to go outside, do 10 jumping jacks in the middle of the road, come back inside and turn on the TV. And I'm going to go do it and ask no questions. You know why? Because all the cost that it takes to be the boss in my life, he absolutely provides.
Come
He
on,
could
man.
call me right now and be like, cook dinner. I ain't even coming to get a plate. I bet you that plate be sitting on the motherfucking counter for him just in case he show up.
Ho,
Real
if I
ass
tell you
shit.
a flea could pull a tree, you get a chain and hook his little ass up, right? For real.
Listen, saying
Yeah.
whatever it takes because
Mm-hmm.
I'm comfortable in my submission because he's 100% man. And I don't have no question about that. And that's the thing. A woman needs to know that the man got it 100%. But see, the other problem is, and I'm just going to say this on a consistent basis, too many of these men are not submitted to God. So if you're not
There you
submitted to
go.
God, you can't be a good
There you
man.
go. Come on. There you go.
Facts.
And that's why y'all need to hear from a woman. See, y'all? Because that's the thing. Remember when I said this, y'all? Sometimes I said this for, and I said, maybe some of the renegades' real issue is the quote unquote pimping is in the way, in the middle of her and God. The pimp is standing in the way of the man. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Absolutely.
that's the thing. And that's why I say, y'all, the woman, you know, respectfully is gonna hear through God through her man. That's the whole point. So I mean that's why if she don't have a man, it's good to be a praying woman.
Somebody showed Proverbs 31, but we're not. But you haven't
What's
brought up
Proverbs
Proverbs.
31 say?
Proverbs 31 is the definition of a good wife, but we didn't bring up Proverbs 29, which is the definition of a good
Okay,
husband.
okay. So we have to
Now,
go first with the husband. So 29. Producer, put the. You just come on, bro. You just putting verses.
and the one thing that I do want to say this is because, you know, for those of you that don't know, I'm
Give not
definitely
us
Hebrew.
unto
So when we
women.
get into pluricity, you know what I'm saying? And people say, well, the Bible says that he who finds a wife finds a good thing. So that means you should only have one. No, correction. King Solomon said that, and King Solomon had 400 wives. He meant that literally.
Yeah.
Those who go find a wife find a good thing. He had 400 wives and several hundred concubines.
Mm-hmm.
He was never out of pussy,
Mm-hmm.
and he was a great ruler.
And the thing with that is this, though, right, ladies? Is it's not those who find a woman, those who find a girl that you want to make. It's those who find a wife, right? When the queen is ready,
Speak
the
it.
king will appear. See, and that's the thing, ladies, right? The wife, you have to be already that. You see what I'm saying? And that's the thing. So with or without your man, that's what when Foreign was saying every day to be a better person. You see what I'm saying? Now the wife really was just the person that you had sex with in a sense. Like wife wasn't just marriage and all that other type of shit. But you know, all your women are your wives really, in a sense. You see what I'm saying? So it's just like, you
Well, there were
know,
difference between
You
wives and concubines,
you
but
can make her that though, show.
what?
yeah, you can make her because see,
Just
the
like
marriage by
just
state
like
is something,
chess. Part be
you know, the
just like chess. You feel me? With you know what I'm saying? You could turn a pot into a
No,
queen
no,
type of
no,
thing.
no. You could make her, but what I'm saying is you shouldn't have to, right? I'm not making the bitch do shit. That's why those who find the good wife, those who find the wife, you gotta remember that making her, that goes against that's different from the scripture. Those who find the wife, I mean, that's already that. She's already who she is, right? So now look, you could find a wife. Look, you might be with a bitch that's a wife, but not the one that was that God made fuck, what's the word? Fuck, god damn it. I hate when I
the one that
I
God
do that.
evenly yoked with you
No,
to be
no,
your
no,
wife.
no, no. God made help her suitable. Suitable, that's the word, suitable. Not the one that was suitable for you. You know, your hoe
True.
could be
No,
the next.
true.
You see what I'm saying?
Show. You know I did the
But
logo
here,
with that joint and all that.
But the wife thing
but
goes out to
here's
the
the thing:
bitches. Look, little
we
hoes, no
have
go
to, but we
that.
got to understand
That's my thing.
that the Christian marriage of the one wife, the Christian marriage of the you can't. That's a Gentile behavior. That's
Mm-hmm,
the Esau. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm,
That's the Esau side of things that says that you can only have one, right? That's
mm-hmm.
not the reality. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because man was made to be fruitful and multiply.
There
You're
you go.
supposed to have sister wives. I know y'all
They don't
don't
know
like
what
that
fruitful mean. That's the
because
thing. They
because
think
you
they're
all want to just be
supposed to
the
be
only one.
tropical. They don't know
Only
what
bitch
fruitful
syndrome
means.
is a problem. A husband is absolutely capable of loving more than one woman as
And
long as
really,
he can provide for her equally.
this is where the titles become right, because then that what you're saying would sound better fitting for a king. You see what I'm saying? Because the husband
Absolutely.
still sounds like, you know what I'm saying? Because what you say, for sure a king can, right? So that's the thing. But this is another thing too. When we rationalize like what, or not rationalize, but when we do the statistics on how many, the ratio between women and men in the world, right? Like there's more women than men in the world, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Okay.
Why would you leave a woman
So
to be unprotected, unloved, uncared for?
well,
How
what I
selfish of
was
a
gonna
woman are
say,
you?
I was just up there. You go. That's what. There you go. You hit it right on the head, right there. Selfish ass bitches. You see what I'm saying? Yeah,
No, dead
man was
ass.
made to be fruitful, but you're so selfish, bitch. You see what I'm saying? You just want one man to do it. So now, what about all you sisterhood women, bitches? Power to the girl power ass bitches. You should want. You know what I'm saying? You should want every woman with it. If that's the case, and then that's another thing I want to say this too. A lot of times, I'm talking to the pimping, right? If y'all really maybe knock the new bitch, I'm saying, or new, got another hoe, stop putting so much pressure on that one bitch. You see what I'm saying? Like she's in the sense of, yeah, put the pressure on her, but in the sense of the things that you're trying to pull out of her, she might be the orange, but you want some fucking apple juice. Then get the apple, bitch. You see what I'm saying? And that's another thing. Like, it's like, but that
But a
goes back to
righteous
why
man,
a man
but
needs
it's
more than
got
one
to be
woman.
a righteous man. Remember, a righteous man deserves a righteous reward. Not
Right.
every man deserves multiple
There
wives.
you go.
You know what I'm saying? Not every man can handle multiple wives.
So true.
As women, we think about the emotional and the sexual side, right? Like, oh, he's not going to be home every night. You don't think about it as like, bitch, guess what? You have a day to relax. You know what I'm saying? Like real business. What a lot of women don't know, and this is a real thing.
No.
If your man calls you, your husband calls you, and you don't come, he can replace you.
Mm.
That's law. If he says, come here, and you're like, I don't feel like it. He's like, come here. I don't feel like it. Come here. No. He can replace you. That's biblical law. He can go get another wife because you didn't listen. Because you didn't listen.
Let me ask you. We're in the game. What are your thoughts on this or your feelings on this? Remember, y'all, women feel, men think. Okay, so what are your feelings on this, Foreign? Okay, when it comes to like, fuck, I hate when I do that. I forgot again. I'm getting old, y'all. I don't know why I keep forgetting shit. What? No, cause it be deep. No, cause my thoughts be coming. It's gonna come in a minute. Wait, what are your thoughts on? Okay, you said he could leave you. Okay, boom, he could leave you. He could leave you, but okay, boom. If you're not okay, damn. Go ahead, just keep talking. Also, I'm gonna remember that. I hate when that happens. No, it just be irritating me. No, because I be trying to get deeper now. I be saying too many extra words to like present what I'm about to say and then fuck up.
So you know what? You need a pen and a pad right there with you. You just jot it down, P.
Nah,
No, for real.
it don't come like that.
It
don't come like that. It don't come like that. I'm gonna remember. Well, go ahead, finish what you saying. But yeah, that's right. He can leave.
But that is all part of.
Oh, I remember. I was gonna say.
You know what I'm saying?
I remember. Look,
go ahead. Okay, we don't want you to forget. Go ahead.
For it. Now that's the thing. So, what are your thoughts on this, though? Why do you believe that the game like looks so down on marriage? You see what I'm saying? Is it just because of the square? You see a stereotype of a marriage, all square shit. You see what I'm saying?
Because somewhere along the line, men developed a hate for love. Somewhere along the line, somebody went and told them, I don't know, maybe it was Bishop Don Juan, and said, you can't love a bitch. Somewhere along the line, that happened, and love and being able to love a woman became wrong.
Right, what you asked, the
marriage, she talking about love.
He said, why is it that so many people, so many peas in the game look down on marriage?
Or the game in general.
You know, and it's because the concept of love has to be void to get anything done. But the reality is, if that bitch love you,
but why is
she love you?
The marriage necessary? I do. Okay, so go ahead.
The marriage is entering into a covenant, right? Like the marriage is the promise to build. You have to understand that marriage is not just that I love you and I want to hold your hand and walk along the beach for fucking ever. That's not what that is. Marriage is the agreement to build an empire and a legacy together so that it with your seed withstands time, right? That's the point of marriage.
So, but with the pimping and the hoeing, you see what I'm saying? That's okay. Well, then would it make sense for a pimp calling himself active and a hoe to get married? Because then it seems like it could be used for some hella manipulation. All right, it's contract, bitch. You ain't going nowhere.
Nah, that's what I'm about to say. Like that's basically what it is right now. You feel me? With the law part of it. Like you feel me? What
I
it
was
is
just gonna
today.
say, how would that work if you marry your hoe, and then she go choose up with Shove? How did that work?
That's what I'm saying. She come in adultery. No, look, that's double adultery.
How did that work though? How did that work if I'm married to the bitch and she go choose? How did that work? That don't even make sense.
But no, my thing is, how do you marry another bitch legally?
That's what I'm
marry
saying. It's just it's the legal aspect of it.
So
like y'all was just talking about King Solomon, and in those biblical times, like it's really just more of a tie. You feel me? A spiritual connection. You feel me? A bond. Y'all established this partnership. That's what it is. And you say he got 400 wives. You feel me?
You can have that without paperwork, without saying I'm married, right? You can have a connection with a bitch without having any of that, correct?
Exactly.
Absolutely. Marriage under the state guidelines is a state thing. It's not a
Well, that's a
church sanctioned
business.
thing.
From what I know, a
Yeah, for
marriage,
sure it's a business. The
especially in
marriage business,
California, it's a business.
especially
Absolutely.
wedding planning and all that. Oh
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what
Well,
I'm
Absolutely.
everywhere
saying?
it's a
And it's
business. People living
absolutely that.
legal.
But
Yeah.
spiritual marriage,
There we
you know what I'm
go.
saying, is something different. Spiritual marriage is not legal binding marriage. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't, the paper is for the purpose of census and taxation.
Right.
Really. That's what it's for. But you can be spiritually married to somebody and hold to those laws under marriage, because the paper doesn't mean anything.
That's
If you're a piece
what
of
I'm
shit
getting at.
human being, you're still going to be a piece of shit human being with the paper signed. You know what I'm saying?
So why do people think that make a difference? That's my question.
Control.
No, like we're in the game.
Why do they
Like why does it look
think it
down
makes a difference in the
upon still,
game?
like
Yeah, why do
frowned
they
upon?
think? Yeah, why does
Because
it matter?
For
men
that
that
reason. For that reason right there. You gonna be legally bind now to this bitch. You feel me?
No,
Like
she
you
said
just said.
spiritual. No, I'm forget that. She said spiritual. You can have a spiritual. I'm saying, so
Oh,
why
you saying
things
why
don't be like,
they
why do
look
they?
down on the spiritual part of it?
No, on
Yeah,
the marriage.
Right, of
the spiritual
marriage.
marriage. She said a spirit. You can have a spiritual marriage. So I'm saying, why do they look down on that?
On the
um
spiritual marriage.
No,
Yeah,
what
probably
because
is a
I
because you're not
understand the
spiritual
aligned with
marriage?
God.
paperwork.
Don't
I
nobody look
understand the
down on
paperwork.
nobody looks down on spiritual marriages.
That's what
That's what
I'm
I'm
getting
saying.
at. It's really the
What
paperwork. It's really the paperwork. Cause
or
like you
is it
But
said, when
really
the
or is
bitch
it
the
really the
bitch choose
school?
up with somebody else, then what? You gonna divorce the bitch and remarry it? You feel
Let
Hey,
me?
y'all
me
talking about spiritual marriages. You know how
or
many young pimps I heard say, no,
look,
you know how many young pimps I heard say they don't even fuck they hoes? So how
yeah,
the
no.
hell they gonna be
Be,
married
Who
to a
they fucked
spiritual?
in? Who they fucked
No,
in?
no,
These
the
niggas some
money.
monkeys.
I
You
get that,
want
but
to
I'm just
jack off,
saying.
you want all the pussy in the world, all the money in the world. You know what I'm saying? Shit. I believe every day you stay stronger, the trap might get longer. Shit, you never know. Because it's the thing. That's the thing. Look, you can fuck your hoe, but what I'm saying is, see, you know, that's another conversation. But it's dangerous. It's dangerous. This the thing. Okay, let me ask you this. Okay, put it like this. Okay, y'all want to talk? Let's talk. All right, look. Okay, look, y'all want to talk? Okay, watch this. Back to the bending before you send in shit. Now, Warren, let me ask you this. Now, within the game, now, say you had, um, say you just, you know, you just the whole, you know, the fairy godmother, right? And it's a pimp and the whole. Now, what are your thoughts on and feelings on the bending before you sing, right? So the guy meeting the bitch, what the turnout bitch, and he fucks her before she pays him and is his hoe. But she's not in the
So
game yet.
the bending before you send somebody is like promoting them before they do the work, right? Like, say you hired somebody in a square job to be the janitor, and then in the morning you decided they're going to be the foreman. You see what I'm saying? Like, bending her before you send her is like giving her a promotion before she does the work.
Okay, look, and I was speaking specifically of a turnout. Or was that both? Would you say that that's the same with a hoe that's already been a hoe?
I think it's the same, because you want to set the precedence.
Okay. Okay,
A man
now.
has to stand on his
Okay,
principles.
okay, now watch this. Now, so do you think that there's any dangers in the sense of might not be the best smooth operation, or it could be, you know, better if, you know, the pimp did bend her before he sent her. Okay, yeah, I'll use my dick. Fuck it.
I don't see any benefits in that when you're trying to promote a business. If you're entering it, it's one thing if you're doing that weird boyfriend pimping shit
Mm-hmm.
and nobody
Mm-hmm.
know what really the move is.
Uh-huh.
But if you're trying to grow a business,
Uh-huh.
the mentality of business needs to be in place,
So
right? Because
then
it's a reward for the work.
so then you believe that the pimping and the hoeing should go into their quote unquote relationship as a business relationship before a personal, as far as the mindset.
I think that every relationship should explore the possibility of business before you explore the possibility of
Mm-hmm.
sex. Why
Because
would you?
go ahead.
I just feel like, why would you have sex with somebody when you don't know how far you could go with them? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like I'm not gonna just spread my legs for somebody because you're fucking cute. Like,
Right.
cute doesn't mean shit. What can we do? What can we have? My interest in somebody is in the ability to build and bring things into fruition with them, not to just have my panties wet.
Okay, but look, now that's the thing. So now watch this. So now, I bet you I never heard foreign say no panties wet, huh? Okay, now look, now watch this. So now, look, so now when we talk about that, right? Look, now when we talk about that foreign, right? Because it's the thing. Oh, well, now you fucked the bitch, so now she likes you. You see what I'm saying? Like, you remember the girlfriend, boyfriend shit? So to me, like, that's the thing. If you introduce her into that. But what am I getting at? Okay, well, now the bitch has been down for 6-7 months and you finally decide to fuck her. So what makes you think that as a woman, she might not start liking you still even more? You see what I'm saying? Or
Listen,
that's
at
not.
that
Go ahead.
point, it's okay for her to like you. You see what I'm saying? At that point, it's okay for her to like you. You're building a
So
relationship.
just
Have you?
go to the boyfriend, girlfriend shit?
No, you don't go to the boyfriend girlfriend shit. You know what I'm saying? But
Hey,
you
foreign,
understand.
foreign. Hey, for a quick question. So you mean to tell me you would be down for 15 years with no dick? You ain't never fucked him, he ain't ate your pussy, nothing. You ain't
Now
sucked
you
his dick,
know
nothing.
damn well I'm a blow on that situation. You
Exactly.
got
So
game.
that's my point. See what I'm saying?
But
That's my
this is
point.
what I'm saying on that though, right? Like there has to be a precedence of respect set. In order for a woman to respect a man, she has to know that he has boundaries and self-control.
There you
I
go.
just had a conversation with an amazing woman that said the second he bent her, she stopped taking him fucking seriously and sped the fuck off.
The second.
The
Hey, but
second
why though?
he
Is it
bent
because
her
his
to,
dick was
and
little,
what she
or
said
because he
was she
didn't fuck
bent
her
her.
right, or it's a reason though? You
No,
because she was
because she
liking
was
him until
no,
then.
because she saw the trick.
She
Like that's another
saw the
thing.
trick in him.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But
Mm-hmm.
And
how?
she said that.
Hey,
And
because
this
we're
woman
still
that said
men at
that,
the end of the day, and I'm not gay. So I
And what'd you
mean,
say
you know what
before
I'm saying?
that? Say
I said
start say
we're
it again, Kelly.
all men at the
Okay.
end of the day.
you
I'm not
are
okay.
men, but men have self-control. Boys
Yeah.
do not.
See the pimping.
No,
See
but I'm
me being a
saying, but
pimping,
what
I ain't
I
gonna
want to
say we
know
all
what
men. It's
her
the
real
pimping.
reason was for blowing, because
Her
it
real
could have been
reason was
because she
this.
thought he had a big dick and he
No,
didn't,
bro,
not
I'm
She
gonna
because he was a
she's
trick.
telling you the reason,
I'm gonna
bro.
I know,
tell you. The real
but why? How
listen,
do she feel
listen.
he was a trick though? Why?
I'm not gonna
Because
expose
he might
anybody,
have
but what
said
I
he
am
might have
gonna
did some
tell
trick
you,
shit.
what I'm gonna tell you is this is a real known P. The bitch is bad as fuck.
Hey, we're gonna put an OG VIP in front of your
Bro,
name
he
now.
might have did some trick shit, nigga. Nigga, you know,
No, but
he
I feel
got
you know, I feel
You know
he
you
what
might
I'm
though.
have said
saying?
something. Go ahead.
He's a real known P. The bitch is a real bad hoe. She's very seasoned. She liked what he had to say. She sat at the interview, and all he wanted to do was fuck her because she was so bad. You know who wants to fuck her because she's so bad? Tricks.
Mm-hmm.
Tricks
Mm-hmm.
want to fuck her because she's bad.
You know, that's the bitch's biggest frustration. It's like, can you see past
Can
Yeah,
this?
you see
yeah,
past it? So
yeah.
if you bend her too fast, she's like, all you wanted to do is what these trick ass motherfuckers want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Now pay me. And the
Mm-hmm.
That's why I
same,
asked you about the. Okay, so why wouldn't you stay down for 15 years? Because that lets you know he only want to see your elevation. He don't give a fuck about your
listen,
pussy.
because in 15 years, you're gay if you don't want this pussy. Because hoe pussy, good pussy.
Well,
What if he just standing on his
no,
principle
it's not
though?
that. What if he's fucking other bitch? But look, this the thing.
That too.
So no, but look, that's the most we could talk about. But look, that's it was sensitive. But look, now look, okay, look, fucking a bitch. Yeah, this is cold because now, okay, let me ask y'all this. Now, when it comes to the whole fucking the pimp, like say if the example she just gave, say she fucked the pimping anyway, right? But she never paid him, and the pimp fucking the bitch that's never paid you, right? Both
I ain't
is the violation
gotta pay you.
on both of them? No, look, is the violation on both of them? Are they both goofy, or does the hoe look better? Or you see what I'm saying?
I'm gonna
Like,
tell
is
you
the hoe
like
walking
this. Let's just
fuck the
do it
pimping
this
for
way, because
free?
y'all say
as
this.
far as bending them before you send
No,
them,
just the hoe fucking the pimping she ain't never paid. I fucked the pimping for free
nah,
versus
that's
I
what
fucked the hoe that ain't
exactly.
paid
That's
me.
what I'm saying. So the pimping fucked on the hoe before he got money from her. You feel me? And that hoe, she fucked on him before she gave him some money or did anything. She
Yeah, can
fucked on the
anyone
pimping
feel
for free.
fly?
Nah, neither one of them can't feel fly. They just fucking. What the fuck?
No. All right. So, but the hoe ain't like, oh yeah, that's right. I'm